morning. This is Navy Old Slot Gamer. Take you on a deck by deck tour of my submarine, which is complete, I believe. So I haven't had to make volatiles for quite a while. I'm waiting for that to get down to 4 megapascals. So it's been quite a while. It's been running. I've had a pretty full tank when I started. Oxygen is recharging itself in the tank. Excuse me. Every time I do a video, I have to sneeze. That stays between 2 megapascals and 2 megapascals, and my oxygen is rising. 144. It was down to 130s. Power's running good. This keeps it between 75 and 80% constantly. I still have water in the atmosphere that leaks out of my the way I have my exhaust set, so I just have it coming out here into the atmosphere, and then it gets pulled back into the tank down there. I don't need this air conditioner. It is 31 up here, which is pretty much normal. I have O2 and nitrogen filters here, pulling air out of my exhaust tank, my exhaust snorkel, I should call it, and into the room. This is both low level, hardly does anything, but it helps. Like I said, generator's been running. I have gained 6 liters of water. So I am gaining water. And I have this set, keeps it right around 30 degrees. It varies depending on the outside temperature. And the water temperature is at 29, which is a perfect temperature. This heat exchanger in conjunction with this AC set to -10 keeps that at a nice cool temperature and cools that off relatively well. Like I said, 6 liters. I gained 6 liters today alone. So that's this floor. Everything's working perfect. The construction floor is pretty cut and dry. A lot of empty space on this floor. I could drink some water. That'll take it down probably to 350. Maybe. Yeah. But it's keeping ahead of my usage, let's put it that way. I haven't touched this. This is just growing like crazy. No problems. I'm just letting that go, producing the oxygen and the volatiles. Like I said, this will not turn on until my volatile tank reaches 4 megapascals, or 4.5 megapascals, I'm sorry. It keeps it charged between 4.5 and 5 megapascals. I planted a bunch more ferns. It's been charging my atmosphere very well. I do have to occasionally use my snorkel exhaust, back to the top floor for a second here, to slip in this CO2, which pulls the snorkel exhaust out of the CO2 out of the snorkel exhaust and puts it into my ship. So that's how I recharge my CO2. It's not an outside source. It's coming from my generators, which is burns from my oxygen and volatiles. So that is still an interior source. And every once in a while, and I could automate that, but I would have to set up another, and I have to set up another filter to automate that. That's a simple thing to do. So that's this floor. Got my water fountain up there. No particular reason. Food, I'm still eating bread. I haven't need to transplant those for a while because this has not been running. I'm getting enough volatiles. Now I had some fun down here. Got bored. Made a little resting area, and I put this. And they warned me not to do this. The Mars command said, don't do this. It'll drive you nuts. And they're right. But I set up a music bank. 4 different musical things. You get 8 notes, which repeat, and that's why it drives you crazy. But you can tweak things a little bit. And that is the, I think that's the synthesizer. This is the bass guitar? It might be the bass guitar, let's see. Sounds like the bass guitar. And this is the lyrics background.
Hunger, caution.
You can see how sitting here for a while will kind of drive you crazy. And this is the drums. Now if I could find a song that played with 8 notes over and over, and you can increase the beat if you want. Oh my god, that would drive you crazy. This controls all of the techno music, huh? And you can change the way things sound a little bit, so not all of them seem to work. But well, that actually sounds a little better. There's a little bit of a difference, but you can change kind of the delays and stuff with this. This is the one that not many of them seem to work on. That seems to be the only one that does anything. And the drums don't seem to work very well either. Doesn't seem to make much difference. But I have to give this one to Mars command. This would drive you nuts after a while. I haven't hooked up the synthesizer. I might try that too. But this is the bottom floor. There's something to play with. What a waste of materials. That's another thing they told me at Mars command. That this was a waste of material. It was. Here you go. I'm back up to 316 in water already. Volatile still has 1.4 megapascals to go. My oxygen, I would like that to be around 50. It is coming back up. I think I said it was in around 131 before I planted the rest of those. So that's climbing. Temperatures inside's good. Pressure's good. At this point, I think the only manual thing that I have to do in this entire submarine, and I could automate it simply enough. Besides eating food and drinking water, is putting this in here when CO2 gets below 20. Now the pressure control, and it's funny because this happened on my submarine, that happens in real life. As you pull in oxygen and stuff and create stuff, the pressure goes up and it goes too high. And the same thing happens on a real submarine. when you crack the hatch, all your ears pop because slowly you increase the pressure in the submarine. But I took care of that by setting this to 95 and bleeding air back into my exhaust system, which I color-coded, by the way, my exhaust snorkel. So if I put oxygen in here, this filter will filter it back out. But basically, that's how I recycle my air. Now, I did mention the water in the air because I filtered the water that comes through, and you can't even see it, it filters it so fast, but it does put it into the air. But it comes through my system before I'm stuck, before this valve takes it out. But some of it leaches into the exhaust, and I just bleed that back in, and then my liquid drain pulls it into the pipe. So if you come down here, there's no water, because the liquid drain is pulling it in. As soon as you go up a little bit, there is water. And the further away you get from the liquid drain, the more water there is. It's just a little bit. It does filter it out. But my submarine is reliable, and I could live in here. I don't think I would even have to do any mining at this point. I've pretty much got everything I need built. I have some recycling that I need to get done, which I didn't start. I could recycle a lot of this. I don't need it anymore. But there you go. I think the first Martian submarine build was a success. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. Somebody mentioned a couple Planet mods that I might try. I might look into that. But I have to think about it. I've never seen anybody do the music before. I found it to be quite annoying. And I just picked random notes. You can set the pitches of each of these to the entire scale, basically. And the volumes, I got them all turned up. And you have to do, see, you're limited to 8. And then you can change these to work in conjunction with it if you know much about harmonics and stuff. I'm not a music expert. The same thing with these. Now the drums, it's a drum. See, now if I put it on that, if I put it on acoustic drums, nothing's coming out. So it's not a perfect system. Some of the pieces don't work perfectly. So I'm not sure. Electric drums work. Acoustic drums do not. Old school drums do. So there's 3 selections. But there you go. Just a fun thing to do to kill some time while I was waiting to see if I had, maintained my water and everything without, it going down. Even while I'm drinking, it's still going up. So there you go. Submarine build complete. It was a fun one. I haven't been outside in ages. Literally. I have my door still closed. So we'll take one quick final look at the exterior. Make this daytime. Yeah. Take a final picture of my submarine. There's my exhaust snorkel, which really should be down, which I could do. I could set it down lower, but it's behind the conning tower, so it wouldn't put up too much drag. Extra drag, I should say. And there you go. Submarine build complete. Haven't used a trader. Haven't done any mining. This is the first time I've been on the submarine in literally probably 20 game days. So there you go. Tell me what you think. If you have any recommendations for what you want to see on the next one, I'll try a few different things. But I like the Navy routine. Maybe I'll do something Navy again. I tried to put anchors away on the song, but didn't have enough notes. You only got 8 notes. But there you go. Well, maybe Old Salt Gamer. You have a good day, and I'll see you in the next planetary trip.